Who has the cheapest and most expensive season tickets in the Championship? Let's take a look. In today's video, we are going to be ranking every Championship club based on how expensive their season tickets are. I've tried to find the cheapest adult season ticket that a new customer could buy for each club. Now, I'm currently recording this video at the end of May, so any early bird discounts that are currently still active, I have included them in this video. But if they're no longer active, I've not taken them into consideration. For example, if your club was running an early bird scheme in February and they were selling season tickets at a discounted price back then, I've not included that price in this video. Be interested to know from you guys, how much did you pay for your season ticket? Let me know down below. And do you think you're getting decent value for money? But without any further ado, let's jump in. Starting out with the cheapest season tickets in the Championship, it is technically QPR, but they are a little bit sneaky with this one, I'm not gonna lie. Now, you could theoretically get an adult season ticket at Loftus Road for just £252, which is unbelievable value for money. But there are a few hidden clauses in that, perhaps. You will be sitting at a part of the stadium where there are heavily restricted views, and if you want to sit elsewhere in the stadium, it's going to cost you a minimum of £500. So bear that in mind. QPR do technically have the cheapest season tickets in the Championship, but that comes with an asterisk. Next up, you've got my team, Preston North End, where an adult season ticket will cost you just £294. That works out at £12.78 per game, which is really good value for money, I'd go ahead and say. Since Preston went ahead and slashed our season ticket prices a couple of years ago now, we've seen an increase in match-going fans. I think the atmosphere has improved on the back of that as well, and certainly can't have any complaints over those prices for Championship football. I'd say that Cardiff fans are definitely getting a good deal as well in at their ground. The cheapest adult season ticket you can get there for a new customer coming in at £309. That works at £13.43 per match, and anything that you're paying, I think, less than £15 per match, I think is really decent value for money. Cardiff fans are certainly getting that. After that, we've then got Oxford United, where the cheapest adult season ticket will set you back £329. Oxford do have the cheapest season tickets of the newly promoted clubs. There is a little bit of range in there, it's worth pointing out, but £14.30 per match, that's not too shabby at all. We then land on Hull City, who are actually the only club in the Championship who don't technically sell season tickets. Instead, Hull do a membership scheme which you pay a monthly fee to, and if you were to be subscribed as a Hull member for a full calendar year of 12 months, you'd end up paying £342 over the course of a full season, I suppose, which works out at £14.86 per match. Still really good value for money. Obviously, Hull have seen a massive bump up in crowds on the back of the new ownership, and I'm sure that'll continue going into next season as well. Stoke fans are still getting decent value for money. They've not had that much to shout about over these last few years, but perhaps next season will be a different story for them. Cheapest adult season ticket there will cost you £344, working out at just less than £15 per match at £14.95, and all in all, definitely on the lowest side of Championship season tickets. That's decent value for money, I'd say again. After that, we then get to Coventry. I have put a little bit of an asterisk next to this one. I think technically the cheapest adult season ticket that you could get is £350. Now, I mean, technically, you'd only be paying 250 quid for the adult season ticket, but in order to get a season ticket in the family stand, which is the cheapest available, I think you need to buy at least 2 junior tickets with that as well, which would cost you £50 each, taking the overall price to £350. If you want to sit anywhere else in the stadium, I think it costs around about £400 for an adult season ticket at Coventry, but working out at just over £15.21 per match. Still on the lower side, but that one is a bit of a technicality there at Coventry. If you want to watch Burnley next season over the course of a full campaign, that'll set you back £352 for an adult season ticket, working out at £15.30 per match. Now, you might be able to get that a little bit cheaper maybe with some loyalty schemes or anything like that, but when I had a gander, that seemed to be the cheapest ticket available to you at Burnley. Ever so slightly more expensive than Burnley, it's Swansea. They'll be paying 30p more per game next season than Burnley season ticket holders. Overall, the cheapest ticket you'll find at the Liberty, coming in at £359 for the Swans. Hopefully Luke Williams' side will give that fan base value for money next season, which they didn't always get last season, especially under Duff early on. As we start to creep towards the £400 season tickets, this is where we start to get into the more expensive territory. Bristol City are below that £400 threshold, but not by much. £3.90, the cheapest adult season ticket that I could find at Ashton Gate. That will cost you £16.95 per match, and obviously if you want to sit in a more desirable spot of the stadium, that will cost you more money, but the cheapest one I could find though came in at £3.90. Derby County just below that 400 mark, adult season ticket coming in at £3.99, working out at £17.34 per match. I'm very excited to have Derby back in the Championship for next season. We have missed them while they've been gone. I'm sure the buzz of being back in the Championship for that fan base will mean they'll sell a hell of a lot of season tickets this year. And quite interestingly, West Brom have the exact same price scheme as Derby County, where an adult season ticket at the Hawthorns will also set you back £399 if you're looking for the cheapest ticket there. Cost per game, once again, £17.34, just below that 400 mark, and after this point is where we start to get into some of the really pricey ones. Watford are the first of the clubs charging over that £400 threshold, with an adult season ticket setting you back there £402. That works out at £17.47 per match at Watford. Last season, Watford only won 6 home matches all year, so that fan base didn't get great value for money in terms of what they were paying. They'll be hoping for a bit better next time round, I'm sure. At Plymouth Argyle, the cheapest season ticket comes in at £405, works out at £17.60 per match. It is worth stressing that with Plymouth, that ticket price is only applicable to one of the stands, and if you want to sit anywhere else in the stadium, that's going to set you back, I think, a minimum of £505, so really big price hike if you're not sitting in the Mayflower Grandstand. I believe Plymouth also have a waiting list on season tickets, which is over 3,000 people, so I mean, that club knows they can get away with charging fans whatever because they have the demand there. Once again, it's Blackburn Rovers who do have the most expensive season tickets in Lancashire. A season ticket at Ewood Park setting you back a minimum of £429, £18.65 per match. Blackburn fans do get a bit of banter for how empty Ewood Park is. Sometimes we'll regularly see it with over 50% of seats are empty. But when you consider Burnley and Preston fans are paying considerably less than Blackburn fans are, you've got a feel for them in that sense. Leeds United, the cheapest ticket I could find was around about £434. You might be able to get that a little bit cheaper with loyalty discounts and things like that. With Leeds United, obviously, there will be a big waiting list to get your hands on a season ticket and things like that. Big demand for tickets there at Ellen Road. Per game, that works out at £18.86. Sunderland sell more season tickets than any other club in the Championship, and for a season ticket at the Stadium of Light, you're looking at a minimum of £440, works out at £19.10 per match. Last season, Millwall had their highest average attendance for over 70 years, so fair play to them. A season ticket at the Den will set you back £441 as a minimum, which is one of the more expensive season tickets in the Championship, working out at £19.17 per match. You do always expect the clubs in and around London to be a little bit more expensive, being down that end of the country. With that being said, with loyalty schemes in place, I'm sure some Millwall fans might be able to get season tickets for slightly cheaper than that. It's great to have Portsmouth back in the Championship for next season, but Pompey fans will be paying the most expensive season tickets of the clubs that have just been promoted from League One, where a ticket there will cost you £455 as a minimum, working out at just under £20 per match as part of the season ticket price. That ground is going to be bouncing for Championship football next season though, isn't it? We're into the top 5 now though, and as the 5th most expensive season ticket in the Championship, it's Luton Town, setting you back £470, over £20 per match that works out to. Now Luton have obviously just had their season in the Premier League. Sure, the demand for season tickets is really big at Kenilworth Road considering the limited capacity of that ground. They're going to be packing that out week in, week out, but it is the 5th most expensive in the Championship. 4th most expensive season tickets in the Championship is at Sheffield United, £513 per game. Blades fans didn't get great value for money last season, it's fair to say, in the Premier League. Hopefully there'll be a bit more to shout about this season in the Championship. It is worth mentioning with the Blades, you could have got a £100 discount on that price, I think, had you bought a season ticket in April or earlier. But as that early bird discount is no longer active, I think you're currently looking at a minimum of 513 for a season ticket, and it is more pricey in other areas of the ground as well. Third most expensive season tickets in the Championship you'll find at Carrow Road, setting you back a minimum of £545.50, costing you £23.71 per match. Now, it is quite common knowledge that Norwich season tickets have always been really quite expensive. They've always ranked among the most expensive in the EFL. That's not changed this season, and while in previous years they've been at the #1 spot, they don't quite hold that title anymore. You'll find the second most expensive season tickets in the Championship at Hillsborough, with the extortionate prices of 560 quid, almost £25 per match you're paying there for a ticket at Hillsborough. Now, it is worth stressing that Sheffield Wednesday did have early bird discounts right at the very start of the year, so you could have feasibly got a season ticket for cheaper than that, but at that point Wednesday fans would have had no idea whatsoever what division they would have been playing in next season, whether that's the Championship or League One. So it does seem a bit harsh that you have to commit to a season ticket at that point without the prior knowledge of what division you're going to be playing in. If you're a new customer and you're looking to buy a season ticket at Sheffield Wednesday today, the cheapest price you can find that for is £560, which is absolutely crazy when compared to the other clubs in this video. But taking the prize as the most expensive season ticket in the Championship, it's coming at Middlesbrough, where you're going to be paying £574 for an adult season ticket, which is absolutely ridiculous for Championship football. Now, once again, it is worth flagging up that Middlesbrough, that they were previously running an early bird scheme, but that ended in the middle of March. During that scheme, you could get an adult season ticket for around £510, which is still really expensive for Championship football, by the way. But if you're looking to commit to a season ticket now at the start of June, you're going to be paying a minimum of £574, which seems absolutely crazy. £24.95 per match that works out at, by far the most expensive in the Championship. But guys, there you have it. That will now wrap it up for today's video. There was every Championship club ranked by their cheapest season ticket that I could find, which is available to buy right now. Would welcome your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. Do you think you're getting decent value for money at your club or not? Other than that though, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you did go into enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to stay tuned for some more regular Championship content, and I'll see you all in the next one.